There are iconic games that define their generation, and then there is GoldenEye, arguably one of the greatest games to come out of the Nintendo 64 era. And after all these years, the original GoldenEye has found its way back to reclaim its former glory on both the Xbox and the Nintendo Switch, giving both original fans as well as those who have never played this game in its original form an opportunity to see if it still stands up.
For a variety of reasons, GoldenEye never received a proper sequel.
I'm not counting that PS2 horribleness.
Apparently not.
Doesn't count.
And a reboot attempt using the name but failing to keep it the spirit of its predecessors fell flat.
That is a disc.
He's clearly really...
But it wasn't.
You cracked me up. This is personal for him.
It was a horrible game.
But now it's here, complete
here,
with a fresh coat of paint and beckoning all who wander in its direction to give it a try.
So, why am I not as excited as I should be for this classic title to make its grand return? Well, the answer is a bit complicated. See, for me, GoldenEye was about how and who you played it with, not just the gameplay or the graphics, which for its time were cutting edge. Now, it looked and played great, it redefined the shooter genre for many gamers, but the experience of playing GoldenEye, it was more about just the game. And as great as the updated version of this classic title may be for many of us to play and enjoy a brief blast of nostalgia, there simply isn't a path to recreating the parts of the game that make me look back at it fondly.
GoldenEye was a game that brought people together in a very literal sense. The split-screen multiplayer mayhem of this title was the feature attraction, spawning a generation of gamers who would go on to make the Halo LAN party a weekly event.
I know that because I am one of those people. GoldenEye was a game that brought everyone from my neighborhood friends, family members, and schoolmates together into one physical place to game together. A space that represented the entire spectrum of humanity in one room, munching on pizza and chips as we eagerly awaited, our turn. A simpler time when the competitive banter between rounds was always good-natured, and the room was full of laughter. We were all just fellow gamers, celebrating our mutual love and passion for gaming. And the path to recreate that experience and that feeling is a whole lot more challenging than simply re-releasing a game on the consoles I currently possess. In the over 2 decades of time that has passed since that game hit store shelves for the first time, all the friends and family that I gamed with back then, we've all kind of slowly gone our separate ways. Most of us live in different states now. Some of us are no longer in contact. Many are sadly no longer with us. Several have moved past gaming as a hobby, so they never truly connected with the world of gaming beyond that one title, making GoldenEye a phase that they outgrew. The handful of us who are still into gaming, sure, we could certainly purchase the Switch version to try the online multiplayer, see if it resonates with us again, but it won't be the same, and we all know.
Advances in technology has made the ideas of getting together to play GoldenEye in someone's living room or setting up a Halo LAN party in someone's basement obsolete. And the path that many of us choose in our personal lives made such a return physically impossible. And because of this, something that was so beautiful in its simplicity, bringing people from every walk of life together through celebrating what we had in common and keeping us connected through even our most challenging times, was lost and now exists solely in our memories.
Now, to be fair, not everyone has felt the same experience in this realm. There are certainly some of these LAN parties may have made people leave feeling more discouraged or alone, because those who hosted or participated in that event didn't come with good intentions or didn't include them properly. But when done right, there simply isn't a comparable gaming experience on the planet. And when people question why I love the world of gaming, it's ultimately because of this. The strange ability that this hobby has to make connection points with people and bring us together in a way that defies description and has very few parallels. A place of safety and mutual passion that unites us across our various fandoms as we laugh and cry and rejoice, making us part of one family. That was what GoldenEye represented to me, a world where just about anyone was one controller handoff away from being a new teammate.
That was what a Halo LAN party was all about, finding this simple commonality with someone that would blossom into a true friendship.
And that is the experience that this release of GoldenEye can't unfortunately bring back. But maybe there's something else that can.
In a world where the technology that we leverage to keep us connected can often result in us rarely truly, connecting, we are slowly losing the most essential part of our humanity, the part that brings us together and makes us part of one body.
Even in the body of Christ, we can see cracks in our foundation as the church finds new ways to split into smaller pieces with every passing year, losing our sense of community, becoming as broken as the very world that we're trying to reach. In a space that was designed to honor diversity and create a welcome space for all who are weary and heavy laden, we unfortunately just offer a different war zone with a new group of internal factions to navigate. But the body of Christ was never meant to operate as lone wolves on this battlefield. We were designed to function as a holistic body of believers, fully respecting the unique functions of others.
The purpose of assembling ourselves together is to help us be considerate to one another, stirring up love and good works in the process. If this is not the outcome of our assembly, we've missed the point of the verse and the reason we are meant to be brought together entirely.
Now, like my classic GoldenEye gaming experiences, the church is designed to operate from close beside each other. Our gathering together is not simply attending formulaic services that check boxes off on an agenda. That would be like saying that playing GoldenEye was all about the game. It was really about the unified experience that brought us together from completely different places and united us as a family of gamers. Halo LAN parties, they were less about the video game that we were playing. They were more about the experience of everyone bringing their stuff together, intentionally choosing to occupy a singular space at the same time to share in mutual gaming fellowship.
And during those get-togethers, things would often, get real.
Sure.
Gamers would open up about problems at home, issues at work, and personal struggles that they were facing.
This assembling together would involve everything from laughter to tears, handshakes to hugs. Win or lose, we would go home afterwards feeling like our load was a little bit lighter than it was before. We had been heard and understood. We felt a little less alone in the world. We looked forward to coming to the next one. It was a beautiful time, a simpler time, and a time that doesn't have to disappear forever unless we choose to let it.
As the body of Christ, our assembling together is about performing the comforting, encouraging, and consoling work of the Spirit of God up close, from close beside each other. And in a hurting world that is crying out for any healing solution, this is what the body of Christ has to offer.
We are called to be helpers, to be comforters, to console and encourage others from alongside them, not just from afar. And as the body of the Christ, we don't just attend a church. We are the church. We carry this mission to be the physical arms that provide comfort, the shoulders to cry on, the hands that pull each other up from wherever we have fallen.
We choose when we assemble, and we don't have to wait for a specific day of the week or a particular building to be open to enable us to perform that function.
We carry this treasure in these jars of clay we call our physical bodies, and we have been called and equipped to carry this light with us wherever we go. The hurting souls around us, they're not going to come to us. We must go to them. So perhaps my GoldenEye experience isn't going to simply manifest itself and materialize the way I remember it. But recreating this experience is not up to GoldenEye, those who originally developed the game, or those who built this remastered experience. It's up to me.
Our world is hurting, people are suffering, and hope is being replaced by darkness in every corner of our planet. There isn't a global answer that can solve any of these problems. Like our GoldenEye experience, our advances in technology may actually be making many of these issues worse.
But there is a local solution, and the controller is in my hand and yours. We are the church. And we don't have to have a building or a license or denominational support and oversight to perform our personal mission. In my experience, the people who brought others together for those GoldenEye split-screen battles and Halo LAN parties, they weren't the people who had the most money or the nicest home. They didn't even have the best gaming setup. They were simply the ones willing to open themselves up and invite others to the party and make themselves and their limited resources that they had available.
Now, just as there are many people who have had bad experiences with gaming with others in the past, our planet is packed with people who have had experiences with the church that has left them with a sour taste in their mouth towards the entire concept.
But that is our calling as the body of Christ, to reach those who the Lord has placed in our radius with his comfort, encouragement, and consolation, to assemble with a purpose, building each other up in our faith, being considerate to one another, stirring up love and good works from a close distance. Now, to be abundantly clear, there is absolutely a very, very straightforward precedent in Scriptures for the intentional gathering of believers together for the purposes of edifying the body of Christ. But there's a massive difference between attending a church for our own personal development, participating in a church to support the growth of others, and being the church in our day-to-day lives for the purposes of reaching those who need the love and comfort brought to them in their place of need.
Our opportunity to be the church may happen in the line for the self-checkout while sitting at the break table at work, or even reveal itself through the very social media channels that enable many of our divisions. We don't have to be the best, the smartest, or even the most well-equipped. I mean, we're not. We're none of them. We just have to be willing.
Willing to bring this blast from the past concept into our present, even when the technology and the culture we're surrounded by often serves to drive us farther apart. Willing to show love through disagreement, grace through misunderstanding, and speak peace in the midst of chaos. Willing to be the place where healing can happen, one unique controller plugged into the source at a time.